What a way to start a vlog today. Fire alarms going off at the American Dream Mall. Good start to a good day.
This week's episode is brought to you by Kerry from Mickey World Travel. Kerry is a full-service travel agent that can help you book your next dream vacation. Contact Kerry to learn more about the onboard credits she can offer through Disney Cruise Lines, along with other special offers available through Disney Resorts, Royal Caribbean, and Norwegian Cruise Lines.
Good morning, everybody. We are at the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey today. Please pardon the fire alarm going off in the background. I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes now, and it has not gone off, so I want to get the intro out of the way so I can get into what we're here to do today. That is the Dreamworks Waterpark that will be opening on March 19th. Today is Saturday, March 7th. I did get an email from the American Dream Mall offering us a exclusive ticket option to come in and preview the water park prior to public opening, which I obviously jumped on. We are going to do a full review and tour of the park today. I'm not sure what's going to be open and what's not, but we're going to get in there and check it out. So let's get in there and go on some water slides. All right, so we are in. The entrance into the water park was way smoother than the entrance we had when we arrived at Nickelodeon Universe. So when you arrive at the mall, you're going to head up. You're going to see the Nickelodeon Universe Ticket Center on your right. The water park is going to be on your left next to Ix Sugar. They're going to have you go downstairs, and that's where the ticketing center is. I purchased the ticket online, so I just went to the online redemption booth. They gave me my wristband, which you can see right here. Then they scanned me in. You then walk into the changing room area. So there is a family room changing area. They also have a men's and women's specific. They have showers, bathrooms, lockers that you can rent in there as well. Super clean. I mean, it's preview time, so it shouldn't be dirty. It's super clean, beautiful. They don't allow any filming inside the locker rooms, obviously, so I can't show you guys any of that, but I do promise it is clean. So now we're in the water park. I'm gonna go and do some walking around just to kind of get a lay of the land here, and then from there, we're gonna get our bathing suit on. So I've been taking some pictures and kind of just making my way around the main pool area here. First impressions are this place is a lot larger than it appears from the outside. It's also really hot in here. So as you can see, I am wearing jeans today. I have a bathing suit with me that I'm gonna go get changed into, obviously, but it is March in northern New Jersey, so it's still pretty cold here right now, so I couldn't wear shorts in here, but it is very warm. For kids, if you guys have kids that do not swim or do not know how to swim, I should say, they do offer free life vests right here. You can just come up and grab one. And apparently there's an entire kiddie water park area that I haven't gone over to yet. I'm gonna make my way over there now and get some footage from there. But first impressions is this place is a lot larger than I initially thought it was gonna be. So the wave pool is absolutely immense, but let's keep wandering through and get some more footage. Sit down for a minute because it is really hot in here. I think it's about time to go get the bathing suit on, but I'm sitting in these really comfy lounge chairs, and there are a ton of them. This is a preview day, so I'm not sure how packed this place is going to get today, but just to give you perspective, there is no one here right now. So I am in front row looking out at the pool. There's really no one here, so I'm sure that's going to change as this place continues to get more and more popular. I will go over pricing and everything in a little while with you guys, but for right now I am sweating like you would not believe, so I'm going to go get my bathing suit on and hit some slides up. So it's been about an hour since since I left you guys. I've been on 6 slides so far and went around the lazy river twice. I wanted to just do a quick takeaways from the first hour. Number one is you have to rent the lockers inside the locker room, so it's not uncommon. It's $20. They are smart lockers, so you basically scan your band up to the locker when you put your credit card in, and it will open a locker automatically for you. That way you don't have to remember a pin or which locker you put your stuff in. You just walk up, scan your band, and it pops open that locker for you. So pretty convenient. A $20 price tag is pretty steep, but it's not uncommon. They kind of got you on the hook here because what else are you gonna do? Number two, and this is a biggie, and I think everyone needs to know this, they don't offer towels either to rent or buy. So if you are coming here with the family, make sure you bring towels. I did not bring a towel, as you can see by my disheveled, soaking wet hair right now. So I'm paying for it dearly, but bring a towel with you. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over to the staircases that lead up to the water slides that I've been on so far and talk a little bit about each slide and kind of what it does. So follow me. All right, so right now I'm outside of the Speeding Frenzy, Lemur Leap, and Tube It rides. These are all tandem tube rides, so 2 people per tube. They do weigh you as a group when you get up there to make sure that you meet the weight requirement before letting you go down. There's a red tube, there's a red slide, a green slide, and a yellow slide. The red slide is going to take you into a big bowl, which is going to swirl you around and then eventually drop you into a small tube, which then takes you out into the end pool. The green slide is basically just a quick corkscrew loop all the way down to the bottom and then dumps you out into the pool. And then the yellow slide, which I was told is the slowest, is pretty easy. Again, it's just kind of a tube that weaves you in and out and then eventually dumps you into the pool. From a scare factor, I think the red one is the scariest, the yellow is the easiest, and the green is kind of in the middle. So if you have little ones and you're trying to figure out what's the best option for them, yellow first, green second, red third. All right, so next we're at the Penguins Plummet, Majunga Jump, and Mad Flush. So the Penguins Plummet and Majunga Jump are basically the exact same slide. They're just side by side. It's a quick drop into a 5-foot free fall into the water. So you do get launched out of the slide and then land down into the water. And then the Penguins Plummet, the Mad Flush is exactly what it sounds like. You're getting flushed into a bowl. You go around for 3 or 4 rotations, and then eventually you just drop down into 6 feet of water. So not for those that are going to have a difficulty with swimming, but still fun. So as I make my way over to the lazy river sign to give you an idea on that one, just want to let you guys know from a concession standpoint here, they have tube rentals. I'm not really sure what they're for. I'm going to double back and check with them to see why you would rent a tube. It appears like everything here, tubes are just there for the taking, so I got to find out about that. Also from a food standpoint, if you saw the Nickelodeon Universe video, it's basically the same type of setup, all pre-packaged sandwiches, salads, wraps, stuff like that. So I'm sure it's overpriced for what it is, so I don't know if you can bring your own food in here. So I would double check on that before you come. If you want to pack something to bring in, I'm sure they'll let you do it. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. All right, so now I'm outside the lazy river. Theming was amazing on this lazy river. I want to say a loop around was about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe even longer than that, but I'm going to say about 3 minutes to be conservative. Tons of theming, tons of fun water interactions that you can have in it. There's a couple different pathways you can take to get more wet or less wet, whatever you or your kids desire. Great place to just go and chill out and float around, get wet, and enjoy yourselves. So before I go and put the camera back and go on some more of the bigger slides here, I just wanted to walk through the kids area with you guys. One of the big questions that I got from a lot of people when they were asking me my opinion on whether or not this was going to be worth the ticket price was, is it going to be worth it for my young children? I think that depends, and it's all relative to how much you make and how much you can afford. I was a little skeptical at first. When I heard that it was $99.99 per adult and then $89.99 for kids between 3 and 9, I was like, there's no way that's going to be worth the money. But honestly, this kids area alone can keep kids busy for the majority of the day. So I'm going to show some footage of you guys here so you'll get an idea of what we're looking at. But there is tons of stuff for the kids to do. So if you're contemplating it and you're looking at it as a high ticket price, I mean, it's not much different than many of the other water parks that you're going to find out there. I'll go into a little bit more detail on this when I actually go to do the final review at the end of the video. So I just had security approach me asking if I was part of a media group that was here filming, and when I told them I wasn't, they told me that they had to double check if I was allowed to film anything outside of the wave pool with a GoPro. I looked online before I came and it said that I was allowed to film for personal use if it was not on attraction. So it turned out another security guard came over, he gave me clearance to keep going on. So it was a little strange though. I thought for a second we were about to be done here, but we're gonna keep going. They gave me the green light. That's why I ask you guys, please subscribe to the channel, because the more subscriptions I get, the more views I get, the better chance I get of being put on media lists for these types of things, so we don't run into that. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and press the subscribe button. It only helps and it doesn't cost you anything. So I was telling you guys earlier how hot it was in here. I found a nice little shady area on the opposite side of the wave pool from where I was walking around earlier. To give you guys a little bit of perspective, that's where we're at. So there's a ton of seats over here and it's all covered in the shade. One other really cool thing that I did not realize about this is that the sun beating down on you, the glass that's covering us is not UV protected. So you actually can get a sunburn in here. They did recommend putting sunscreen on. I did not know that. So if you're coming here with little kids, bring the sunscreen, because this is an experimental building that is designed to make it seem like you are outside. So you are getting the UV rays that you would get that can cause sunburn. So, you know, it's what you know. Looks like there's gonna be a swim-up bar here behind me. Super excited for that to open. All right, I'm gonna head back into the locker room now and drop the camera back off, and then jump on some more water slides. It's 12 o'clock now, so I'm not gonna be here all day. I hope not, but we'll see. But Court, don't be mad at me. I know you're home with the kids right now, and I'm sorry. From a couple more slides. I did find out that the larger tube slides, you have to have at least 2 people to go down. So I'm not going to be able to experience any of those today, but I will take a walk over there just so you guys can kind of see the sign on what the requirements are in case you are coming with more than one person. All right, so the first 2 slides I went down after the last time I put the camera back was Zany Zigzag and Zanier Zigzag. These are considered to be advanced coasters, advanced water slides. They're basically tube slides and you are flying through them. The Zany Zigzag wasn't too bad. Zanier Zigzag was pretty intense. I enjoyed both of them thoroughly. I do not recommend them for small children, especially if they are afraid of enclosed areas, because it is a giant tube you're going down. But yeah, really fast, really fun, but it is more for the advanced riders. Alright, so you can see right behind me here, this is the Dragon Racer slide. This is one of those typical blue mat slides you see at a lot of places. It's no turns, it's a straight drop down, a couple little bumps along the way. Super fun, you could race the kids on it. It's just old school water park type slide. The weird thing about it is, you have to come over here, up a staircase to get the mat by the exit, but then you have to go back down and then around to get to the staircase to get up to the slides, which is up there. So as I mentioned earlier, there's 3 slides in here where you have to have at least 2 people to go on the slide. They are the Shrek Sinkhole Slammer, Dragon and Donkey's Flight, and the Swamp and Splash. These slides are the giant 4-person tube slides, and they're giant tubes that you're going to go down. So just want to make sure that you guys were aware, if you are coming here, you can keep your eyes open for this little notification right here, and it will tell you how many people are required to go on the slide. It's a shame because I was actually kind of excited to go on these, but you need at least 2 people, so it is what it is. Now as I make my way a little bit further down the 2nd-story balcony area, you can see behind me here is the world's largest indoor freefall drop slide. It's not open yet, and I'm not sure if it was open if I would go on it, because it is really high up. It's a 50-foot freefall drop that ends below underneath underneath where I am right now. The landing strip area that this thing ends you in is the length of the upstairs deck. I'm going to take some footage of it when I go back downstairs, but I just wanted to show you guys some footage from here of what it looks like. So along with the extreme slides that are not open yet, the water slide coaster is also not open. I don't know what the dates are going to be for any of these. I know they're not opening with the opening of the actual park, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. But overall, a lot of fun. Alright guys, so it's review time. So let's go over the 4 core attributes for every review I do. Is it fun for kids? Will adults have a good time at the location? Overall customer service? And last but not least, price for the value. So let's talk a little bit about, is it good for kids? One of the main questions that I get from people, we were talking about this park opening, is for the price tag, are my young kids going to enjoy coming here? And is it going to be worth the money for them? Well, I can tell you that I did not come here with the family today. I am here alone. But just based on what I did see, all the kids that were here were having a blast. I mean, every age range. If you have real little ones, it might not be as much fun for them. But 2 and under are free anyway, so you're not paying for them to come in. Kaylee's 4 going on 5. She would have had a blast here. Definitely something the kids are going to enjoy. 5 out of 5 for the kids. When it comes to the adults, they really catered this place to try to make it as family friendly as possible. And what I mean by that is if you're not into going down water slides or going through lazy rivers, you could simply sit in a chair like I'm doing right now, bake in the sun all day, and hang out while the kids run around and have a good time. There is going to be a swim-up pool bar that's going to open eventually. I don't know if they're serving alcohol in it or not. There's no menus or anything yet for it, but it is limited seating, so I don't know how that's going to work yet, but that's there. There's also hot tubs strategically placed throughout the building as well. So I'm going to say, honestly, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 for the adults. I did not think I was going to be giving it this high of a ranking, but after spending the day here, it's up there. Let's talk a little bit about customer service. So everyone, for the most part, was very friendly. Everyone said hi. Everyone asked if you were enjoying the time. The one hiccup I had was with the security guard that stopped me while I was filming and asked me if I was with the media, and if I'm not allowed to film. I read the guidelines prior to coming in, so I knew that I was allowed to film as long as I wasn't filming on attractions. I had to stand there for 5 minutes while a supervisor came over to basically tell me what their online guidelines were and then let me walk away. You guys have to know your guidelines prior to letting people into your park. People are going to be coming here and they're going to film here. So if you don't want them filming, say no filming at all. And because of that, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, so I'm going to go 3.5 stars for overall customer service. It wasn't the end of the world, but it just, to me, you have to know your guidelines. You have to know what it says on your website before people start walking through your doors. It might have just been the one security guard that didn't know, but it was an inconvenience for me to have to stand there for 5 minutes, miss the shot that I was trying to get, also that so his supervisor can come over and say, we're going to follow the guidelines. So enough on that. Let's go back to a more positive note. Value for the money. I am going to be honest with you guys. I was ready to completely bash the value for the money score prior to walking through the door. The reason being is it's $100 for an adult, 10 and up. It's $90 for kids between the ages of 3 and 10. Under 2 is free. 2 and under are free. So I was 100% convinced that this was going to be a low score. But honestly, after spending a few hours here, going on some of the rides, seeing the overall theming, I don't think it's that unreasonable. When you look at like a Kalahari resort that's coming in at I think $79.99 for a day pass there for an adult, yeah, it's $20 cheaper, but it does not have the attractions that this place does. You're also 15 minutes outside of New York City right now. There is nothing like this that's 15 minutes outside of New York City. So value for the money, could the price point be lower? Yes, but is it unreasonable? No. So I'm gonna say 4 stars there. So that gives the Dreamworks Waterpark an overall rating with the fun parent at 4.4. again, I am shocked that I'm giving this a 4.4 rating, because I was talking poorly about this place all week getting ready to coming here. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a fun opportunity to bring the kids out for the day, let them get out in the sun, let them run around like crazy and wear them out, especially during the winter time when everyone is cooped up. Come check this place out. It is expensive, but it's worth the money. So with that being said, we're done for today. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. As you saw earlier in the video, the more subscribers I get, the more opportunity and the more weight that I can start throwing around to try to get on some of these media lists to avoid situations like I was faced with today. If you liked the video, please give me a huge thumbs up. You have no idea how much it helps us. As always, if there's anywhere that you would like us to go check out, please comment down below. I want to do more of these reviews for you guys. Just let me know where you guys want me to go. And with that being said, we're done, son.